show where we help you make sense of your dispensary. And on today's review, we are taking another look at a cartridge. Yes, this time we are taking a look at the Elite Select Cannabis Oil Vape Cartridge half gram. So this is, again, the Elite Select Cannabis Oil Vape Cartridge. It comes highly recommended from the bud tender at Show Grow here in Long Beach. On the back, we've got all the information you could ever want there. The strain, which is a hybrid, White Widow. They did not have my typical Jack Herrera. Then it gives you, a breakdown of all of the THC and CBD. And most importantly, it shows you that it was tested by SC Labs there. It gives you the ID, the date, all that great stuff. So you know that this is actually as potent as advertised. This claims to be 84.25% THC, which is about the highest I've seen. That's about 10% higher than most cartridges out there. That is a lot. I'm super excited about this. And it wasn't that much either. It cost me $28 at my dispensary pre-crazy Los Angeles County taxes. So not too expensive for a half gram cartridge, especially for one that proclaims to have 84.25% THC. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open it up and talk a little bit about the cartridge, the packaging, all that stuff. So here's our packaging. It's quite nice. It's a lot of packaging for such a small product. As you can see, there's just a lot of empty space in there. But, you know, they've got to sell it somehow. So now we'll find out if we can get this thing out. Looks easier said than done. Come on, little guy. There we go. Whoa, okay. This is a new design to me. Not seen one that looks like this just yet. Little plastic stopper on the bottom like all the others. Now it has a plastic tip that you can see through. I've seen glass, I've seen metal, and I've seen opaque plastic, but this is the first time I've seen a see-through plastic tip, and you can see the little chamber that the vape will go through there. And then it's got its little logo on there, Select, and then it looks like it has about 5 intake chambers there, so hopefully going to be able to get nice big draws off of it. The oil looks great itself, nice gold color, more viscous than some of the more shattery oil out there. And this is just a standard 510 vape pen, just the normal bottom there. So we'll screw it into our battery here and give it a taste. Ooh, excuse me. I'm a cougher. Well, first things, I don't really like the plastic tip. It's just not a fun thing to stick in your mouth. That's what she said. It's just, it leaves kind of an unsavory taste in your mouth, just this plastic. It's softer plastic. It's not as hard as like the Carvana plastic tips, but yeah, I would prefer it to be like aluminum or glass or something than the sort of plastic, the sort of softer plastic that it is. The taste is not my favorite, which is excuse me, making me sneeze in addition to making me cough. I'll make another taste of it. Yeah, it's not my favorite taste of any of the cartridges. That just might be the strain. I've never actually had White Widow before this, but it's got a kind of an earthier taste to it than some of the other cartridges I've been doing, and it's a little hotter coming in. Now, that being said, I like how big of a draw you can get from this with very little effort. You don't have to pull hard. That was a soft, easy draw, and I got a nice, big, Big hit off of that. And this hits hard. This definitely feels like 84.25% THC, because this is landing pretty hard. 4 or 5 puffs in and I'm feeling right where I want to be. I don't really want to take any more right now. Maybe I'll do one more puff, but man, I'm pretty pleased with the potency on this one. If the cartridge design and the taste aren't my favorite, in terms of potency and in terms of how big of a draw you can get, I'm really liking it. Yeah, wow. All right, guys. So I think that's going to do it for this initial part of this review. So far, pretty favorable. Again, I don't like the plastic tip, and I don't love the taste, the sort of earthier, hotter taste. It does burn a little bit hotter, or seemingly, than some of the others. But I really, really, really like how easy it is to draw, and I like how seemingly quite potent it is. So, you know, take that into account. And again, pretty affordable at $28 at my dispensary. So good value for something with that is that potent. But guys, as always, I'm going to finish this cartridge off. I'm not going to leave it as is, do a couple of puffs and leave you with just these first impressions. I'm going to do the whole cartridge, and then I will come back to you in the next couple of days, however long it takes me to get through this, and let you know my wrap-up thoughts. See if my thoughts have changed at all. See if maybe, you know, it started to burn really, really hot at some point and got unpleasant, or maybe the potency sort of degrades over time. Whatever the case may be, I will come back to you guys and let you know exactly what I think of this when I finish it. But for now, thumbs up. So guys, I will see you in just a bit. Thanks for watching Weeats, and we'll see you soon. Peace. Hello guys, it has been only 24 hours since I last checked in with you, talking about Select White Widow here. Select White Widow. And guys, there are some things I really like about this cartridge, and one big flaw that I have with this cartridge. All right, let's talk about the things that I like. One, you can clear that entire chamber, no problem. That thing is easy to clear, cleared every last little drop of it. And it was all pretty potent. It all got me pretty high. It's definitely as potent as advertised at that 84.25%, or at least it felt that way to me. The taste was okay. The taste wasn't my favorite. I blame that more on the strain than on the cartridge itself. It just had more of an earthy sort of taste than I quite like. But I don't blame it's White Widow. If you like the taste of White Widow, you're probably going to like the taste of this. I did not like the plastic tip, which I brought up before. It just kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth. But overall, in terms of potency and cartridge design, I really, really liked this one. As I said, it was easy to take nice big clouds from, easy, never got hot, never burned hot, and was never difficult to draw from. So I like the cartridge design other than the plastic tip. But the one big thing, the one thing that I am a little concerned with is I'm not sure that this was actually a half gram. As I came back to you guys, I said it only took me 24 hours. It actually took me less than 24 hours to finish this thing off. And that was not with that heavy of usage. That was with moderate usage of this cartridge. Every other cartridge with that kind of usage has lasted me 2 to 3 days, and this lasted me less than 24 hours in total. And I noticed it just depleting very, very quickly. Now, that being said, it did allow you to take huge, huge draws from it, but there are other cartridges out there that allow you to take huge draws from it that still lasted longer. So I'm not really certain that this was the half gram as advertised. It could be less. I think I might have even said that when I first saw it, like, oh, this doesn't look like a half gram. I noticed the cartridge had a couple of huge bubbles in it, and that might have been part of the problem, that they had some air bubbles in it, and when they weigh it out, they weigh it by volume, not necessarily by weight, so they just saw that the volume was what it should be with those huge air bubbles. But yeah, that was a problem. I really don't think that there was a half gram in here, which really dings that review for me that this only lasted a day. I think I will try Select again to see if maybe this was just a cartridge that did have less in it, because I liked it well enough to warrant the second review. But that really, that it's it's long lastingness. It's longevity. That's the word I'm looking for. Its longevity is a real issue. It was $28 pre-tax for this, and it lasted, as I said, less than 24 hours. That's not good. So I will take a look at Select again in the future because there were enough positive aspects to warrant that second review. But right now, this is going to be. I'm gonna advise passing on it for the time being. Just because I want you to make sure you get your money's worth, and I'm not sure that you do with the Select. I don't think you get everything as advertised in there. But we will come back to them on a future review and give them the fair shake again and see if maybe this was just a one-off or if there really is some kind of reason that their cartridges deplete so quickly. So guys, that is going to do it for this review here on Weeats. Before I bounce, however, I want to share with you my little cherry on top. And that week, and this cherry on top, is going to be something that is weed related and something that is a delight to watch, whether high or not high. And that is HBO's/Vimeo's High Maintenance. I don't think I've cherry on topped this one before. If you've never seen the show High Maintenance, it was originally a web series created by a brilliant husband and wife pairing. And it is a show about New York City as told through the eyes of one pot dealer in New York City and the many people he runs into during the course of his day job. It is fantastic. The vignettes that they post about people in New York City make you jealous, make you want to live there. It's beautiful. It's optimistic. It's charming. It will make you feel better about your day instead of worse. I cannot recommend highly enough. That is High Maintenance, which you can find on HBO, and the original web series, I think, is still on Vimeo. You must check it out. It is a brilliant show, and it's one of the few stoner recommendations I've thrown your way. So be sure to watch that one. Again, it's enjoyable, high or not high. High Maintenance. Check it out. And thanks for sticking around to the very end of this cherry on top, and thanks for sticking around to the end of the review. I appreciated it, as always, guys, and we will see you on the next review. Peace.